What is up, guys, gals and MB pals? It's Era, and today I'm going to be showing off a new Thrallway that I discovered. Now, I found this out a while back while I was doing the Shadowkeep story on my Warlock, and that is well, during one of the missions I found that there was an infinite place where standard Thralls spawn, and after doing some more testing on it earlier this week, I found that it should still work for Witch Queen, and should be about as efficient as the current Thrallway. Now, this is going to be located in the Deep mission on the moon, which appears 1 week out of 3 on a weekly rotating cycle with the other moon missions, and so won't be available until the week after the new raid during Witch Queen. Although, alternatively, if you have a friend or yourself who have a character who hasn't completed this mission in the actual Shadowkeep campaign, you can instead just go on that character and progress up to this point. You can tell that you still have this mission left to do on a character if you cannot interact with the cryptoglyph, or the like, enchantment rather, to either buy essences or basically any of the other functions you can do with a completed character. So we're going to launch into In the Deep, and I'm going to show off where this Thrallway is. It's not too much of an effort to get to, and it is, as I mentioned before, rather efficient. If you are using a macro, which is against Bungie's terms and services, so obviously gotta say you don't. But if you are using a macro, your old Thrallway macro should work, though I would possibly make some adjustments to it. For weapons, I'm going to quickly put on this Dead Man's, just so I can kill off some of the enemies that are at more range. Got the half-truths on for speedrunning purposes. On my typical Lament build, but on Sunbreaker, because we're going to need that.
Somewhere within that hive-infested labyrinth lies our cryptoglyph. If we hope to go beyond the pyramid's warding, we must retrieve it, but be warned. Those who enter the rotting depths of the catacombs often fail to return. In that tomb, light does not find a way.
So we are going to speedrun through the mission up until fairly near the end of it.
That's our entrance, over on the other side of the pit.
Never are the catacombs unmanned, as they play host to the most potent of hive magics, including our cryptoglyph. We know not what the hive plan to do with power as dangerous as this. We must not find success. The dark rituals of the hive pose a threat we can't currently afford to face. If their goals align with ours, it is of utmost importance they be halted immediately.
Now, while we're on our way there, I'm going to explain the main differences between this Thrallway and the previous one in the inside the Shadow Throne. The main differences are, this is regular Thrall rather than Shadow Thrall, spawning at a slightly slower rate, but they give more XP and have better drops. The other differences that might come up are that this Thrallway prevents your super from charging rather than preventing you from healing, which means it's a lot easier to survive in this one. This door should open after most of the enemies in the area are dead. What that means for this Thrallway is that rather than having to focus on health regen, which you will need to focus on slightly due to the constant waves of Thrall, you can instead focus on just simply surviving. Which also means that your super can't be an integral part of your strategy for farming, which is okay, because most of the time we just use stuff like Trinity Ghoul or Sunspots anyway.
Pyramid distracts, nothing more. When you have the cryptoglyph will teleport you out.
Yeah, the main annoying things is just holding these plates, but generally this is a lot faster to get to than the regular Thrallway is anyway. Doesn't really make too much of a difference.
That's the cryptograph. Grab it.
Did I zoom each a bit too fast? No, this mission suddenly has a little penalty. Yep. It's not like you zooming way too fast for it. That's the target. Now, a few pieces of advice. We're going to be in the Thrallway in a few minutes, in about a minute or two. Once the Thrall starts spawning, don't move around too much, because if you do go if you go up the stairs out of this area where we're in currently, I do believe that stops the infinite spawning of them. So it might be a good idea not to do that. Do note, at any point, if the Thralls do stop spawning for whatever reason, before you're actually set up in the Thrallway, you can wipe after this Thrallway area starts, and it will just bring you straight back to the Thrallway. Speaking of, we are now in the Thrallway.
Eris, we have the cryptoglyph. Teleport us out.
My preferred spot to farm is back up against this wall. Are all going to spawn this time? No, they're not. Okay, so just wipe if this happens. I don't know exactly what causes the Thrall to trigger. I haven't done that many tests on this, but typically they'll trigger if you if they didn't already trigger from the start, they will trigger if you wipe, from what I've seen. Although we will test that now. Should leave those hive alone this time and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, okay, here comes the Thrall. Just stand in this corner, get your sunspots going, and you're good. Or get whatever method you want to use. These guys are top kill, so now you can die, and that should make a difference. So yeah, maybe just leave those acolytes up there alone. They're not going to hurt you, and they maybe will cause the Thrall to stop spawning if you kill them. Anyway, this is where you would farm. Another good thing you can do here is farm with catalyst, although I do not have any catalyst on me that can actually do conclusive hit. So I can't exactly show that. But yeah, this is rather fast to get to, and it is an alternate to the Thrallway, which is being patched out in Blitzcrank. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you whenever I decide to make a new video. Bye!